Hello everyone, I just wanted to start this video off by saying thank you if you're watching, and thank you to anybody who has subscribed, liked, or commented in the past on other videos. I figured that this one would be a little different. I usually go in and I do the light language and that's really kind of it, but I also have another side of light language that I do bring through, and that's through my drawings. And I'm not an artist. I actually started having the drawings come to me, the symbols come to me first, before I ever started speaking it. So I do have quite the collection here since the last video that I shared, because most of the time I just post with the pictures and that's really it. But I thought that I would show you a few. This is one that I did back in March 29th. And you can see it is 3D, 4D, and 5D, and then the codes. This looks like DNA to me. I'm not really sure. I get the pictures, but I don't always know what they mean. Let's see. This is another one. She came to me, and these are codes, I believe, to help open the throat. We have third eye here. This would be the crown and higher chakras. And she has a very Native American feel to me. But yeah, even the heart here. Okay. This one I drew when we were in the middle of the Schumann resonance spiking, and I didn't quite know that at the time, but I drew this, and a lot of my drawings have this here, and these are codes as well. This would be the Schumann resonance, I believe. It's all open for interpretation though, so maybe you'll get something different out of it. But when I have a lot of these drawings here, I have in the past connected them with Orion. So it could be Orion coming through, helping with the light language or not. Let's see. I drew this for a friend of mine, Claudine. This was her energy that I felt. It had a very Egyptian feel. Even these right here that I'm not sure if they link to Orion's belt or not, but there's code all throughout here. And I do this sometimes for people. I will read them, not very often because I'm new, and I don't know, I just that's a lot of trust and a lot of stuff that people put in me, so I like to make sure that it's as authentic and real as possible. This came in, and Egypt played a this was around, I did this either the same night or the day after I did Claudine's drawing, and Egypt had a very thick feeling in the air, and I don't know if it was coming through the collective consciousness or what exactly it was, but I drew this drawing here, which to me is very powerful. It's got light language here and throughout the symbols. I'm not really sure what this means, but it almost seems to be weaving through. We have 3 pyramids. This almost seems like an anchor, so maybe we're anchoring in the Egyptian collective or the past or something. But yeah, and then we have a tree. We have light language here. I feel we're very connected to Gaia and to trees and to plants and Mother Earth, so we do have a heart here. We're all one. Let's see. Some of these I just drew to get it out. They all have codes in them though. This is some sort of map, it looks like to me. With this, they don't quite match up, so I don't know if that's timeline shifting or maybe parts of the world whose timelines are shifting. I'll let you decide what maybe you think of it. Then we have this one, and more kind of Orion type of things here. And I could be wrong on that, but I feel it's Orion. This is a picture that I drew of myself. Nalini, she does life readings, and she is absolutely amazing. This is an actual scene from what she got from past life for me. And I'm walking through the desert and I'm holding a baby. And I raised this baby, and I'm not sure if it's my own or not, but it was very profound to me because the circumstances in the desert looked like I may not survive with it being in the middle of nowhere, but I do. And I raised this child who turns out to be a beautiful, beautiful person. So, and beautiful here. So, next is bird. I got this one. And here I feel like it's the heart space, but maybe the higher heart and our heart becoming one. And I don't know if that's if they're really becoming one or what's exactly going on. But also I remember with this one, the heart space is green, but when I saw them coming together, I got pink. And I've been getting pink a lot lately in my readings and meditations. And I just realized, thanks to another person's video who was also seeing pink a lot, it's the full pink moon coming up. So that could be why. This would be, I believe, from one of my Pleiadian guides. I'm not quite sure what it means, but we have codes all throughout here. This was important. I saw this actually in my mind, just a flash of it. And I draw this symbol a lot. You can see that I draw this symbol a lot in my drawings, and I feel like it's transmissions or something, but this right here was the important part. And I'm not sure if there's a stop in a certain transmission because we've reached the state that we need to be in, or what that means, but I did have that come to me. More disturbances in the energy type of. Try to zoom that in a little bit closer. I've had a lot of drawings since the last video I posted. I'm not sure what this one means. Heart space again. Let's see. Zoom in so you can. And just looking at these codes will also do activation too, so you can watch this video as much as you want, and I'm sure it'll do stuff for you every time. Lots of codes here, and I'm, again, not quite sure what this means, but the codes just kept coming and coming and coming. And we have here a different type of circle. It's got different lines, maybe Orion again, I'm not sure. I did this drawing for my husband on his energy, and you can see this. I got very angelic origins, and here I feel like he was either some kind of priest or in the monastery, very religious in like a medieval times. And here I'm really not sure what's going on. I don't know if it almost looks like a spaceship over mountains, but then you have 3 people here, and it could be with the ascending process. Maybe he's supposed to help with ascension, a starseed. I do hear about starseed couples, and I am a starseed, so it would make sense if we're together that we're a starseed couple, maybe twin flames. It could be very highly possible. I don't like to put labels on things. It's just more of a feeling, so anything with that, I'm not really sure. Let's see. She is either a guide or a past me. These codes were very, very strong. I've had lots of people message me with light language to help me overcome any kind of obstacles. This code actually, the entire thing is meant for humanity, but humanity's not ready yet. That's what I was told, and I absolutely believe it. But I am supposed to release this message. It was told to me by a person in light language, not symbols. They actually spoke this to me in light language. So when the time is right, I will release that message. Is this the, no, this isn't the last one. Okay, I have 2 more. There's this one. I'm not really sure. This looks like Earth. Kind of zoom in there. It's got little continents. And then it goes down. We have a sun here. I'm really not sure what this means. Different galactic signatures, perhaps working their way in. I know there's going to be a lot of awakenings, and there is a lot of awakenings going on. I've had messages from people who are starting to see synchronicities. I actually wrote a book. If you don't know, I'm an author. And usually in the past, I wrote very dark horror books. Even my romance was kind of on the darker edge. And at the time I was going through the dark night of the soul, I was not aware that that's what it was. I had no idea at the time what was happening. It was 11/11 everywhere. That kind of led from me learning what exactly was happening. But, sorry, my throat's, light language is already wanting to come. I've actually had friends message me after I wrote this book, and the book's called Atlas Lost, and it's not getting the best ratings because a lot of people don't understand chakras or meditation or any of this part of our lives. But I wrote this book from my heart. It is a romance, it's fiction, but it holds a lot of what us light workers do. And some people love it, some people absolutely love it, and some people cannot resonate with it whatsoever, and that's okay. In time, I think it'll play out to where they'll be able to understand it better. Or what I'm hoping is, once reading the book, even though they had a very negative feeling coming out of it, I'm hoping that that seed is planted and it's only going to grow. So I introduced them to chakras and meditation and timeline shifts and everything like that. So they are aware. So hopefully in time they'll come to the light and see. So which kind of leads me into the picture that I drew yesterday. Now, this right here is a slave, and this slave is me. I don't know who this is. I've had this vision, dream. I've seen this part of myself a lot, and I even knew about her before I even went through this awakening process, and it shows up in little things that happen to me, synchronicities. A few years ago, I wrote a series, it wasn't called Welcome to Whitlock, the middle ones were. It's 24/690, and she is a slave. Now, I wrote this book as I was going through the dark night of the soul, and completely opened myself and poured all of my pain that I held here into this book. And at the time, I did not know where that pain really stemmed from. I've had a very hard life. I figured it was from that, and it was, but deeper than that is an ancestral karmic tie that it's a cycle. It kept repeating over and over and over, and that had to do with like human traffic, slavery, extreme horror type, the worst humanity can do, and not just humanity, all beings. And I was very much caught up in that cycle, and I wrote this book, and I'm actually writing the last one now, which is kind of hard being how far I've come in the healing process, but it has to happen because that is the ending of the healing and the cycle of that. Excuse me. But I did a lot of healing last night on her, and I believe she is set free from all the pain. Her and a lot of ancestral stuff is healed. I've cut cords. I've done this over and over. I was in a field of flowers, which I hear now after I've done this, after I talked to Becky, I love her. This is a healing pool area, and I had such an amazing experience there. But we'll move on to the next picture. And also, I did make a video for this, and it's light language for trauma. So if you have anything traumatic in your timelines, whether that's past, in this life, anything, it could be the way that somebody talked to you that really damaged your self-esteem and your soul. Try watching this video, and I'm hoping that it'll help you. And this is what I just finished. And this is the moon. So we do have a full moon coming up, the pink full moon that I was talking about. And I'm very much feeling that. So I did this drawing this morning. And actually, let me put it back up because I want you to see these codes. I think that they're really going to help you through this full moon, because this full moon, and like all full moons, are about the death of things with the rebirth of others. This is our opportunity to start anew, to cleanse out old things that need to come. So hopefully, if you want, you can even rewind this and pause it on any of these pictures and just take in the codes, because they will help you. They will. I'm actually having someone step forward, and I believe this may be my feline serious self. She's been with me a lot lately, and I think it has to do with this ancestral trauma, the slavery part that I've been going through. She's very much of a comfort. And I feel like this has to do with the throat. Okay. I'm directed here. I'm going to actually connect with Source. And the white light coming down. And I like to breathe that into me. Sorry, my phone's almost dead. And then connect with Gaia. And I'm seeing white here too. Gaia's heart, which I view as a crystal white, bringing the energy up through me to connect with God and Source. And she wanted me to ground before we start here. So maybe pause it and ground real quick if you haven't already. And I see the moon again. Energies. The shatak asharkotak shatak eshata. Shatak shatak aveshtakoro. Shatak esharota ashar. My ears, I kind of feel pressure in my ears. And she very much wants to prepare us for the full moon. It's going to be a very powerful one. So I hope this light language helps you to ground and helps you through this full moon and the energies. I feel like a lot of psychic gifts are going to be awakening soon. Not just with me, but with the collective. It has to do with third eye, so intuition, even knowing, increased synchronicity. Throat, speaking your truth, stepping into who you are. And I feel like that may be it. So very much love and blessings to all of you, and I hope you have a very wonderful day.